everyone, it's Donna here from Donna's Vintage Cottage, and I am back with a couple of journal flip-throughs. This first one is actually sold, but I wanted to do a video of it just for my records. She is Gretel, and she is the companion to the last journal I did, which was Hansel. She has a hand-embroidered cover of a Hummel of a little girl. She is 6 by 9 inches with a 3-inch spine, and she is a chunky monkey. She is loaded with my collection, bits from my collection of vintage linens and laces. One thing I forgot to show on Hansel, part of the tie is a little slide mount, and in it is a vintage image, and I'm going to say this is Gretel when she was a baby girl and her mother's holding her. So that's part of the, and there's a beautiful embroidered piece on the cover with some rosette on trim on the edge, and she comes with a tassel that is removable, and I'm going to remove it for now while I show the journal, with lots of vintage laces and a strand of pearls and a blinged out bow on the top, which was actually a ring. So I'm going to set that aside, and that's just held on with the bulldog clip. The closure is a beautiful mother of pearl button, and this is just muslin, and this is adjustable. You can adjust the length if you need to. I don't know how you can make this any more chunky than it is, but it's possible. I forgot to bring something to prop this up with. I'm going to use my ideas journal as kind of a prop. Inside is a fabric pocket with a journaling card. Oops. And a label to say what the journal is about if you wish. Another pocket with laces from my collection, and a large journaling card. This is a authentic Victorian trade card. And then a page from the 1902 farm journal that I purchased a few weeks ago. Has some cool advertising on it and some articles. I try to include as much authentic ephemera as I can in all of my journals now. This is a first reader from, I think, 1906, I want to say, with some lace and fancy stitching on it. Here's a journaling card. Here's the pocket made out of a doily with this beautiful ruffled edge on it. Journaling card with some laces and buttons at the top. You can journal on that. And then this is a postcard, Happy New Year postcard from 1908. This is an original. Actually, it was mailed in 1907. There's lots of space for journaling in here. Here is a fabric covered envelope that's collaged on the front, and inside of it is an original letter. It's a bank letter from Bank of Lind dated 1911, and this came to me from Jessica Rapp. I purchased some bank ephemera from her, and I'm actually starting to use it. Here's just an part of an envelope. It has a little pocket here, Another pocket here with a tag, and another one at the top with another tag. And then on the back side of it is a little journaling pamphlet with miscellaneous papers. Just some coffee stained paper with a die cut here. And then on this side I had purchased a yo-yo quilt, a vintage or antique probably yo-yo quilt, and I had taken it apart, and here's some of the yo-yos from it. Just a magazine page, or actually it's a organ music page, and clipped on it is a journaling card. Some stenciling there, some of my laces here, Edith Holden page, and a little linen cluster courtesy of Shaban. I think I used the rest of the ones that you sent me, Shaban, in this journal. And there's a little crystal butterfly attached to it. Edith Holden in the center, and then there's a bead dangle at the bottom of the strings. More writing space with lace. More lace here. There's a three-fold pocket here. In the front one is another antique original Victorian trade card, a journaling card, and another journaling card with some laces at the top. And that tucks into the back one. There's the second one, and there's the front one. And here is a linen, gorgeous linen. I actually cut it up. I didn't think I could, but this is the part that has some age staining on it, and that flips up and you can write below. Gorgeous. Some more die cuts up here. Here's another pocket with a journaling card and an applique. And on the back side is a window pocket with a collage down there and a journaling card in here. Bird page, I think this is from Audubon book. Another of my beautiful laces here, and there's a mother of pearl button dangling from the edge of that. And in it is another journaling card and a souvenir postcard, Cliff House in Seal Rocks. I'm not sure where that is. I think that might be San Francisco, but I'm not sure. That just tucks in there. Gorgeous. This was a collar. Here there's just an upper tuck with a large journaling card and another part of a collar up here. There's the back side of that doily with another couple of journaling cards. This one has a collage of linens on the front and postcard stamp on the back. Back side of that reader. Another large journaling card. I wasn't sure how I was going to use those large images from that book on Rodante, I think is his name. He was an artist from the 1800s. Did a lot of botanical drawings and paintings, but they're great for these large journaling cards. So I've been using a lot of those. And then this is a scan from one of my vintage postcards with journaling on the back. And on the back of I'm still in the first signature, is a little tuck spot with a dress form, and I dressed her up. And inside it is just a little space for writing. In between both the three signatures, I put a double layer of double ruffled lace to kind of hide the spine. Here's a 3-pocket tuck. You've got a little teeny one here, got another one here, you've got another one up here, and then this is open. You can tuck something in here as well. This idea came from Robin Dudley Howes, and I think Pam at the Paper Outpost also did something very similar. Love that idea. And here's another fabric flip with some beautiful lace. This is the lace that one of my digitals came from, my background digitals. Here I did a stamping, and I brought out my watercolors and I did a little bit of watercoloring on the stamp. On the back side is another flip, and then there's a journaling card in the back here as well. Bird page, map. Here there's beautiful applique on the front and a authentic advertising card from 1923. You can journal on the back of that. And then a vintage photo of looks like a woman, her daughter, and their 3 dogs. Oops, trying to get the glare off of that. Those just tuck in here. And then this flips out. There's a pocket envelope here with a large journaling card tucked in there. You just hold it. It has some lace at the top. And then another large journaling card. The background of this is scanned advertising that I did from that 1902 farm journal. Makes a great background. It just tucks in there. More lace here on the flip. A botanical book. Here's one of my digital background lace images. Hold on. There we go. I think I can get rid of this now. Oh yeah, there we go. That's better. Here's a pocket made out of a vintage doily, and inside it is a page from Poor Richard's Almanac. It has a bunch of quotes on it that you can use to decorate the album, the journal. Botanical book, vintage lace. On it is a leaf charm. Inside this, the center of the middle signature is a pocket made from lace, and it flips out. And here's just a little journaling card there. A lace pocket with another journaling card in there that's collaged with some linens and a button. And this is held together with a magnet in the middle. Die cut on here. A glassine envelope that I made with a journaling card in it. This is another tuck spot. You can tuck something else in there if you like. It's left open. More journaling. There's some stenciling. Here's another page from that Rodante book. And this flips open. Yeah, this flips open. And there's a journaling card here. There's another journaling card up here with some collage and some more ephemera in the pocket here. This is a boarding pass to British Airways from 1941. There's a receipt from the Old National Bank, 1912. These are all originals. That came from Jessica Rapp. This was in my ephemera that I have collected over the years. A New World of Motoring Pleasure, Allstate Motor Club. And this one, 1962. It's all about the Allstate Motor Club. pocket there. Botanical page, dictionary, coffee stain. Here's a pocket envelope. You can see the postcard inside. 1913 on this one. That's the original. You can see the birds through it. Here's the beginning of the last signature. Here's another of the cluster tabs from Shaban, and on it is a crystal dangle. More of my vintage laces on the pocket here. Here's another postcard of new high school, La Grande, Oregon. That one's from 1912. And a journaling card. Oh, I had a lot of covering up to do on this journal for the bird images, the bird pages that I picked. There's two places on here where I happened to pick a bird called the great tit. So I had to cover up wherever that was showing. Who named that bird that? I don't know, but that's the name of the bird, the great tit. On this side is a fabric flip. Here's a place for writing there. More antique lace, more writing. More antique lace and more writing. And this idea I got from Pam at the Paper Outpost. For those of you who don't know of her, check her out. She's got some great ideas, all kinds of ways to use book pages. Here's another piece of a doily for a flip, and you can write underneath. More stenciling. Botanical book about mushrooms. Here's just a part of a page, and in it is a little tiny ledger with some miscellaneous papers in it. This is a digital from Jessica Rapp. So that's really cute, and this gorgeous antique lace here. On the back side is a two-pocket page with my laces, and in it is a vintage playing card that I put dress pattern on the back. You can journal on it. Rolodex card and a library catalog card. And in the top pocket is a vintage, little tiny vintage greeting card. It's a wedding gift, and this is the kind you can open it up and you can journal inside for a little secret journaling. Tobacco trading card, that's then original, and then a couple of German vocabulary cards. And then this is a doily pocket, and in it is a journaling card with more doilies and yo-yo from that quilt with collaged front. Edith Holden page in the center with another bead dangle. Oh, I didn't show the one in the middle signature. That one is a pearl. Just a little tuck spot down here with a couple of little journaling cards. There's the back side of that doily pocket with another journaling card with some laces on it. And with it is 1873. This is one of my ephemera that I got at the antique fair. It's a shipping waybill, I think, or a receipt of some sort from 1873. That's an original. Here is the fortune cookie in this journal. All of my journals have a little hidden fortune, and what I'm calling a fortune cookie that unclips and opens up, and there's a fortune inside. And here's another of Shaban's clusters with a little bead dangle attached to it. More stamping with watercolor. And inside the back of this pocket, beautiful antique lace here. That is gorgeous, very delicate. And a couple of different lace trims on a card to use to further decorate if you want. There's that mushroom book. Just a fabric cluster and some stamping on here. Another lace pocket. Now I need to put the book on this side. I think. No, it's better just this way. And in it is a big card from that book, that large book that I have. I scanned all of the images to make smaller cards, and now I'm using the original images from the book to make the big journaling cards. Audubon book. Here is a lace belly band, and in it is just tucked a embossed envelope. You can put little memorabilia in there, and this is actually a double tuck. You can tuck something in here as well. And here is a little flip up. Behind it there's a journaling card, and in it is a little pamphlet for more journaling, and another journaling card here. And this idea I got from, not Tracy Fox. Oh gosh, I'll put it down below where that idea came from for that. And that flips open. There's more journaling here. And then in the back is just extra papers, coffee stained papers, to use if you want to cover up some of the printed pages to get more journaling. And then the back has a linen pocket with another journaling card there. And also included with the journal is a hard writing board, because this one is very lumpy bumpy, to put behind any place you want to write so that it's a hard surface. So that is Gretel. As I said, this one is already sold. Next up is, whoops, this one I'm calling Possibilities, because that's the word that's in the plate on the front. This one I had shown before, but I completely revamped it and put more stuff in it, and I totally redid the cover. The cover has a collage. I started to say the book plate, if you want to take that out, you can replace it with something else, somebody's name or what the subject is of the journal. But I just put in the word Possibilities. The cover is a collage of scrapbook paper, one of my vintage doilies. The papers on the front are, this background is the Graphics Fairy. This is Mrs. Cog, and this is Tracy Fox. And then there's also a dangle on the front with lots of linen, or lots of laces and fibers, and a bead dangle, and this is removable. So I'm going to take that off for now while I'm showing it. The closure is just clipped on. You don't have to keep this closure. It's held on with two of the bulldog clips and some lace, and the lace you can adjust to make it bigger if you need to. Inside the front there's a large label for putting what the journal might be about, a journaling card, some vintage lace here. Here's a pocket that I made, and in it is a scan of a postcard. And then in the back is another journaling card with Edith Holden image. This side has a cluster up here, some lace, and a couple of journaling cards. A little bit of fabric sewn on this one. A little fabric cluster here and some stamping. You're going to see a lot of, I just got the Tim Holtz or Stampers Anonymous entomology stamps, so you're going to see a lot of bugs in this one. Like here's some more down here. Coffee stained paper and lace along the edge there. Audubon book, little cluster up here. Here is the fortune cookie in this journal. Lots of place for journaling. This is just a, I didn't think to leave this open for a tuck spot. It's glued all the way down. Another fabric cluster. There's a picture down here of a little girl and sitting in a hammock, a vintage picture. Some stenciling on here. There's another stamped bug. This is a flip out for more journaling. And a little cluster here, and in the back is another. This is one of the images from that book that I scanned and reduced in size so I can make smaller tags from those images. Edith Holden in the center and an envelope with a doily embellishment, and these are in the embellishment pack, or the bundle that I'm also have up for sale today. Another space for journaling and a dictionary definition of amaze. There's some decorative stitching on there. A little cluster here. Here is clipped a window pocket with a journaling card inside. I left that because it was such a pretty image. And some vintage lace along the edge. And that's just clipped on. Die cut down here. More stamping. More lace and stamps. More stamps. Here's a little cluster. It says, always be true to yourself regardless of what all your friends are doing. Audubon book. Another embellishment down here. This is just a tuck spot. It's a die cut, and this is just a place for more writing. The little rose die cut there. Decorative stitching. Here's a poem about love. Little tuck spot up here with a couple of little journaling cards in there. In this pocket is a couple of journaling cards, and this is the Star Drilling Machine Company from 1910, Bank of Lind. This also came from Jessica Rapp. It's an original document from 1910. In the back is one of my faux quilt panels. These are also in that pack, and I've used it as a tuck spot for a journaling card. And the second signature is a little girl on the front with the Tim Holtz people, and then another little girl inside, and some lace along the bottom there. Inside this pocket there's another collage down here, another couple of journaling cards. I think this one is from Mrs. Coggs as well, if I'm not mistaken. fabric cluster here. Image of, it looks like a ballerina troupe, and inside here's the ephemera, some more ephemera. This is a souvenir card from the Dells, Wisconsin. Card from the 40s, Belvedere Manor, Catskill, New York. You can journal on the back. Excuse me. Get a sip of coffee. A page for the 1871 Humorous Almanac. Page from a community cookbook. This one has all about apple pies. One bowl apple pie. And good old apple pie. It says delicious. And then 3 pages from different sections of that 1860s book on household management. One of them is Duties of the Footman. One is Bearing Children. And the other is The Doctor. I have to read a part of this because I was reading through some of it. This is a section about bee stings and treating bee stings. It says, bathe the part bitten with warm turpentine or warm vinegar is also a great use. If the person feels faint, he should lie quietly on his back and take a little brandy and water, or sal volatile and water. So I had to laugh when I read that. Treating a bug bite with brandy. Drinking brandy. Yeah, that'll pretty much cure anything that's bothering you if you drink enough of it. So that's the ephemera here. Got some stamps of some ants going up the page there. Another cluster down here. Another bug. Plenty of place for journaling. Lace along here. Here's a pocket flip out. I made this envelope from a page from Sears Roebuck catalog, and I just put a mushroom on the top, and inside is another journaling card. Another fabric cluster up here. A die cut of a kitty. Edith Holden page with some lace. And in the center is that Edith Holden and an envelope with more space for journaling and stenciled. Little flat cluster up there. A die cut of a teacup down here. More lace. A little tuck spot down here, and this one also has a little ledger, a little tiny ledger, digital from Jessica Rapp. Made it into a little tiny ledger with miscellaneous papers in there. Audubon, decorative stitching here, a tuck spot with lace and another journaling card. Another die cut up here of a cat sitting on a top hat with a peacock feather in its mouth. And more journaling cards back here. This is from that book on Rodante and Mrs. Coggs. And in the back is a glassine envelope with another little journaling spot in there. And a pocket. This image is from Dreams, etc. And then just another, this is a map with spot for journaling and lace in the back pocket. So this one is for sale. If you are interested, the instructions are down below. This one is called Possibilities. And that's all I have for today. If you're interested in this journal or any of the bundles that in my other video for today, send me an email. And that's all I have for now. Bye.